Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We begin with the latest on the coronavirus pandemic here in Kern County. Kern Public Health announced 15 deaths today, now making December the deadliest month on record. 154 people lost their lives in December. August, now the second deadliest month, saw 147 deaths. Our death toll now stands at 641. Public Health also reported 560 more people have tested positive for the novel virus. 292 people are suffering from more acute symptoms and are being treated in our area hospitals, according to state data. Currently, nearly 23,000 are isolating at home with the virus. And Governor Gavin Newsom's new guidelines for reopening schools have moved thousands of students back to distance learning. Now, the rules are different for primary and secondary education, but generally they rely on whether a school opened at least one grade level for in-person instruction last fall. The Kern High School District did not do that, so all classes must remain virtual. Meanwhile, Rosedale Union and Fruitvale School Districts are moving forward with in-person learning. Both districts recently opened for grades K through 6, and a few private schools are also staying open, including Garces Memorial and St. Francis. The Panama Buena Vista Union School District has most of its students learning online, but says schools will allow in-person learning once county COVID cases drop. And this morning, Governor Newsom held a press conference discussing the state's response to vaccinating those most vulnerable, including getting students and teachers back into the classroom.
We are prioritizing teachers for vaccines. We want to get our teachers vaccinated, and they have been prioritized in this state. So we want to see that happen. What we believe is exactly what the CDC, Dr. Fauci, what the Biden administration believes, that we can safely reopen schools as we process a prioritization to our teachers of vaccinations, and still keep our teachers, our paraprofessionals, which means bus drivers, our cafeteria workers, janitors that are essential workers to making our schools work safe and keep our kids safe at the same time.
Newsom says the hope is to have everyone vaccinated at some point, but their priority remains on teachers so they can reopen schools safely. And a reminder, those eligible for the vaccine include anyone 65 years or older, all healthcare workers and first responders. And the next tier of people eligible for the vaccine will include teachers, childcare workers, those in emergency services, and people who work in the food and agricultural industry. It is not clear yet when the vaccines will be administered to this group. And a reminder, Kern Public Health's website has a vaccine schedule that shows when you are eligible to receive the shot, plus an interactive map of providers offering the vaccine. If you are eligible, you can find the site nearest to you and call that vaccination site to make an appointment. More than 46,000 doses of the coronavirus vaccine have been given to people right here in Kern County. And hospitals use COVID-19 convalescent plasma to help treat people who have acute symptoms of the disease. And Houchin Community Blood Bank says it's running low on their supplies. Houchin says in addition to the convalescent plasma, they're in urgent need of all blood types, platelets, and ordinary blood plasma. And if you donate, you could get a prize. Each day until Friday, those who donate platelets, plasma, or COVID plasma will be entered into a drawing to win a $250 Amazon gift card. Plus, the blood bank is raffling off 4 themed gift baskets this month, each including products and services from local vendors. And from our 17 follow-up file, the community came together last night to pray for the safe return of 2 missing boys from California City. Candlelit vigil and prayer for 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Oren West. The boys were reported missing from their adoptive parents' home in California City back on December 21st. Last night's vigil was held outside the Bakersfield home where the boys lived before they were adopted.
All you guys that are praying and keeping hope alive and, helping, offering for, to do whatever you can to help us. And we just thank you guys all from, every city and state, just keep praying. The prayer is powerful, so let's just keep praying and keep hope alive.
Cal City Police Chief John Walker released a statement about the investigation. It reads, California City Police Department is still actively and aggressively, along with other agencies, working hard to solve the case of the two missing toddlers, Oren and Orson West. We appreciate all the work the community has done to try and assist us and support us thus far. Please keep your eyes and ears open and report anything you have that can possibly bring them home safely. And now in your 17 Crime Watch, police say a man carjacked a vehicle, then led officers on a chase before being taken into custody over the weekend. Police say it happened on Golden State Avenue Saturday night. A woman said she was in her car when an armed man ordered her to get out before stealing her car. Officers identified that man as Stephen Rolalis. When police found him driving the car, he refused to pull over. That's when officers chased him to Chester Lane. He was taken into custody shortly after. Police say a loaded gun believed to be used in the carjacking was recovered. Rosales was arrested on charges of carjacking, gang participation, and other related charges. And a man was arrested Monday night after leading deputies on a pursuit in a stolen car. The sheriff's office said it happened around 6 p.m. when a deputy tried to pull over a car near Decatur Street and Sequoia Drive. KCSO says the driver didn't stop and led deputies on a slow-speed pursuit. That's when deputies learned the car had been reported stolen. KCSO says the driver eventually stopped on Wilson Avenue near Grant Drive. He was arrested and booked into jail on suspicion of driving a stolen car, evading police, and for having 2 active warrants. And a man is behind bars today after assaulting an elderly woman in Tehachapi. According to the Kern County Sheriff's Office, the assault happened last night on San Gabriel Drive near Golden Hills Boulevard. KCSO says when they arrived, the victim, an elderly adult, told them the suspect hit her in the face with an object, then stole her vehicle, cell phone, and ATM card. The woman suffered minor injuries. KCSO says they were able to locate the victim's car along with the suspect in Mojave. Deputies arrested the man for assault with a deadly weapon, robbery, and false imprisonment. Strong winds are expected across Kern County, so Kern County Fire has put burn ban into effect. According to KCFD, the ban is on the burning of grass and brush outside. Those impacted include Kernville, Lake Isabella, South Lake, Paiute, Tehachapi, Golden Hills, Bear Valley, and Stallion Springs. KCFD says the ban does not impact fireplace burning. And the Kern County Library's new Job Seeker Toolkit has officially launched. The toolkit includes free virtual and on-demand library support through workshops, tutorials, and programming. The toolkit also includes recommended books, ebooks, and audiobooks on job-seeking strategies, writing covers, letters, and more. The library is hosting a 2-hour program titled Job Seeking in a Digital World on Wednesday. That's today. For more information and to access the Job Seeker Toolkit, visit kerncountylibrary.org. In your 17 Business Watch, Chick-fil-A lovers rejoice. Another location may soon be coming to Bakersfield. The fast food chain is looking to open a new location in Northwest Bakersfield. Tonight, the City Council will consider the zoning change for the restaurant that is hoping to take over the Pier 1 on Rosedale Highway. The zoning change would allow the company to build the new restaurant at the location. If allowed, this would become the second Chick-fil-A in town. In sports, California State Bakersfield softball team has decided to opt out of the 2021 season. CSUB's director of athletics says the decision was not easy to make, but due to the ongoing pandemic, a number of student athletes chose to opt out of the season. And coming up tonight on 17 News at 5, we will have much more on this.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.